receivers and tight ends that you have this year?
It's been great, honestly. I just came back from Los Angeles with a few of the wide receivers. Got a chance to bring them back home, train a little bit, be able to get to know each other a little more, and be able to basically just build that camaraderie around each other to be able to make sure we're able to go into the season with full head of steam.
Who all did you have with you there?
Here we go. Let me go through the list. Keaton was there, Cam Pickett was there, Bryson Canty was there, Emmanuel Henderson was there, Doug Emillion was there, Jaden Nickens was there. There's one more I'm missing. All right, bet. E-Man, there it is, Levi.
Got it.
Was this the first year doing that, or is it?
First year.
First year?
I mean, it really just started. Well, E-Man came back home with me the last break that we had, and he came and trained with me and everything. He was like, bro, what if more people came? And I was like, what if more people came? All right, forget it. Hit the receiver room, see who all wanted to come. Everybody that decided to come ended up coming and had a great time.
So was it your idea or E-Man's?
First of all, I'm never want to take credit, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it to E-Man. But in like all reality, when you talk about putting it together, you know what I mean? It takes a little process to do that.
What were the biggest things you focused on doing during that time?
Well, just being able to be with each other. This is a receiver room that I did not have the chance to be able to do much of spring with, and also it's not the same receiver room that I spent the last 5 years with. So, being able to learn each other, being able to learn, not only about the athlete but as the person.
How many days was it total? Like walk us through kind of the schedule of what it looked like for you guys.
Got there Thursday night, trained Friday, trained Saturday, had my nonprofit event Sunday, and chilled out Monday.
Coach, let's talk about Emmanuel Henderson, what he kind of brings to this room. Do you feel like he adds a different dynamic compared to some of the guys you've had in the past?
I think E-Man definitely brings a distinct feature. I mean, I wouldn't say that he has something that we've never had before, but he's definitely somebody who's he's a speedster. He has the ability to be able to make a lot of plays with his speed, a lot of plays to be able to, go up in the air and get it. We got the chance to be able to see a lot of E-Man this spring, so I'm sure that's why Coach Leipold brought him up a few times.
Going back to that real quick, I mean, how important, obviously you didn't do a lot in the spring and it's new players, you guys got to get to know each other. How vital do you think having a small couple days working together, how important can that be when you guys take the field during camp?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that matters because at the end of the day, you can only lead somebody as far as they trust you. And the more that they trust you as a person rather than they feel like you're talking to them as an athlete, the more that you're going to be able to go out there and be like, okay, that route wasn't at this depth, I needed it there. Or what did you see there? I need you to be here. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Coach Leipold has said a couple times last season, maybe you being out of rhythm with some of the guys, everyone who was hurt in the offseason, maybe affected how long it took for the offense to get going that year. Is that something that's in your mind as you try to forge relationships with these new guys heading into this season?
I'm never somebody that likes to harp on the past, but I also don't like to look too far down the future. I can stay where my feet are, but also I like to be able to learn from what I did previously to be able to try to get better from there. So just taking the steps that I can forward to be able to make sure that we're all on the same page.
How was the Manning Passing Academy?
It was great. I mean, being able to be there with a whole bunch of guys, 45, 50 college quarterbacks, some of the best in the nation, some that you hear about to be first rounders, and some that didn't really get the chance to be able to have their name out there, but got a chance to be able to make sure their name was out there after the event. It was a bunch of guys who are able to understand how it feels to be a college quarterback in today's era. So being able to have those conversations with them meant a lot.
You have NFL aspirations. Looking back on last year, what are you trying to improve on and really working on this season?
Win. Maintaining that 1-0 mentality. Win. Even if you go 0-1 or 1-0, 0-0 all over again. Go win. 1-0 again.
At the passing academy, who are your roommates? Who'd you end up spending time with and maybe getting to know better across the quarterback room landscape, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, I got the chance to room with Carson. He goes to Southeastern Illinois, but he was the quarterback at South Dakota the year that we played him when in 2021. I also got the chance to room with Cash McCullum, who plays quarterback at Weber State, who was high school teammates with Graydon Grimes, who's on our team right now. So it was a great time. I mean, I got the chance to be able to talk to a few quarterbacks who love ball just as much as I do, but also be able to pick their brains apart about how their journey was.
Is there something new that maybe you heard or you thought like, oh, I've not thought about it like that before, or something different that maybe opened your eyes?
Yeah, I wouldn't say thought about it differently, but one thing Peyton Manning harped on was worrying about the next play. he said even in some of his worst games, when he decided to focus on the next play, it allowed his team to be able to win. Though your personal play wasn't the best, he got the job done for the team at the end of the day, which is ultimately the main goal.
What was the week like for you after last season between the last game and when you announced you were coming back?
Wait, say it again?
What was the week like for you after last season between the last game and when you announced you were coming back to KU?
Just a lot of conversations with my family, making sure that I want to be able to come back another year instead of, taking my dreams and aspirations to the next level, like he said. It was more so just about being able to make sure that I wanted to come back another year in college. And being able to come back out here to be able to finish what I started means a lot to me.
Were there people tugging on you, trying to talk to your friends and family about entering the transfer portal? Is that something that came up?
Nah, really just me, my mom, my dad, and my stepdad, just making sure that we were able to stay in communication with everything that was going on.
What was that process like of making that decision and then having the stuff with Coach Grimes happen, and then obviously Coach Zabrowski, you have a good relationship with, getting elevated? What was that entire process like from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously made the decision before Coach Grimes departed from the University of Kansas, but for me, I know Coach Z. Coach Z knows me. He's been here since Coach Lipo's been here, and he's gotten the chance to be able to see my highs and lows, where I struggle at, what I do best, and I feel like he's going to do a great job of putting me in a great position to be able to go out there and play great.
How happy were you to see Coach Lubick come back too?
Oh, 100%. Coach Lubick brought in some plays that, I ain't going to say the plays, but he brought in some plays a couple years back that worked like a charm for us. So hoping to be able to do those things this year as well.
Was the knee something that was bothering you? The knee something that was bothering you during the season, the one you had a procedure?
No, it wasn't bothering me during the season for real, but it was something I need to make sure that I was able to clean up before down the line.
How'd you decide kind of like the timing of when to do that?
The season's over. It was kind of just something I talked to the trainers about, and then we figured it out from there.
How different is it having Z as your offensive coordinator as opposed to the quarterback's coach, or is it just the same?
It's about the same. He's pretty hands-on with everything that Coach Z is the offensive coordinator, but like we probably won't really get the full effect of him just being the OC until maybe the end of fall camp or going into the season.
Guys, we're going to move JD over to the